Once, there was a little girl who looked at the. She watched adults walking quickly through their days, making decisions, solving problems, caring for others, building things, teaching, healing, creating, and without fully understanding it yet, she began to notice something important. Many of the people quietly holding the world together, with their hands, their intelligence, and their hearts, were women. Some were at home, organizing life for everyone else without being asked. Others were in classrooms, teaching children how to read, how to think, how to ask questions. Some worked in hospitals, offices, businesses, workshops, or laboratories. Others, in quiet strength, carried the weight of entire families for their resilience that was not always visible, but was always present. The girl grew up watching different kinds of women who were joyful and serious, women who were brave and thoughtful, women who were dreamers, workers, creators, caregivers, and leaders. And slowly she realized something important. There is no single way to be a woman. Every woman carries her own story, her own talents, her own fears, her own hopes. Some women change the world with discoveries, inventions, and groundbreaking ideas. Others change the world in quieter ways, raising children, mentoring young minds, building communities, offering kindness when it is most needed. But each contribution matters, because the progress of humanity is not built only on extraordinary events. It is built on everyday dedication, quiet courage, and the countless acts of care that shape the lives of others. The value of a woman does not come from comparison. It does not need competition to exist. Her value lives in her humanity, in her ability to learn, to create, to nurture, to solve problems, to lead, to inspire, and to keep moving forward even when life becomes difficult. History remembers many remarkable women. Scientists who changed the course of knowledge, artists who reshaped the way we see the world, leaders who guided communities through uncertain times. But history also carries millions of untold stories. Stories of mothers who sacrificed sleep to raise their children, teachers who stayed late to help a struggling student, friends who offered support when someone felt alone, women who rebuilt their lives after hardship and continued to care for others. These stories may not appear in textbooks, but they are equally meaningful, because strength does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it appears quietly, through perseverance, patience, and determination. That is part of what we recognize on International Women's Day. Not only the achievements that appear in headlines, but also the everyday contributions that shape our families, our communities, and our future. This day is not about placing one group above another. It is about acknowledging something simple and honest. Women have always played a vital role in the story of humanity. Families grow stronger because of them. Communities become more compassionate because of them. Ideas evolve because of their creativity and insight. When women have the opportunity to develop their talents, everyone benefits. When a girl receives education, possibilities expand. When a woman shares her skills in leadership, communities gain new strength and perspective. Human progress has always been a shared journey. Men and women together have built homes, institutions, cultures, and dreams, each bringing different experiences, ideas, and strengths to the table. And it is that diversity of perspective that helps societies grow. International Women's Day invites us to pause and reflect on that shared journey. It reminds us to notice the women who have shaped our lives. Perhaps it was a mother who taught us patience, a teacher who encouraged our curiosity, a sister who stood beside us in difficult times, a friend who reminded us of our strength when we doubted ourselves, a colleague who helped bring a project to life. Sometimes the influence of a woman appears in a single conversation. Sometimes it appears in years of guidance and support, but the impact remains. Today is also a moment to express gratitude. Gratitude for the women who nurture families, for those who innovate and lead, for those who teach, heal, design, build, and create. Gratitude for the women who bring compassion, intelligence, creativity, and resilience into the spaces where they live and work. Yet appreciation is not meant for only one day of the year. Respect and recognition should be part of daily life. Respect means listening. It means valuing ideas, acknowledging effort, and recognizing that every person deserves to be treated with dignity. A healthy society grows when it understands that the strength of its people comes from mutual respect. When women feel valued, they are more empowered to contribute their talents fully. When their voices are heard, new ideas emerge. When their efforts are recognized, communities thrive. But perhaps the most beautiful part of the story is that no woman needs to be perfect to be valuable. Women are human. They experience joy and fear, confidence and doubt, strength and vulnerability. And yet, again and again, they continue forward, learning, rebuilding, growing, and contributing to the lives of those around them. That perseverance deserves recognition. Because the true measure of a person is not perfection. It is the courage to keep moving forward. So on this International Women's Day, we celebrate the countless women who have shaped our world. The women who inspire, the women who create, the women who teach, the women who lead, the women who care. We celebrate their stories, their achievements, their resilience, and their humanity. And perhaps most importantly, we celebrate something that belongs to every woman everywhere, her inherent dignity. A dignity that does not depend on titles or recognition. A dignity that exists simply because she is a human being with a voice, a story, and a future. When we recognize the value of women, we are not only honoring them, we are also honoring the best of what humanity can be. And as the world continues to change and grow, the presence, wisdom, creativity, and compassion of women will remain one of the most powerful forces shaping our shared future. Because when we value every person as contribution, we build a world that is wiser, kinder, and more hopeful for everyone.